Okay, anyway, happy Wednesday. So this is the viewer group 7. We'll see them in a few hours. Gimpy the Crusader, currently 5 days, 10 hours, 38 minutes into this playthrough. And this, again, is my 4th playthrough. New computer now, up and running. We're not going to have enough time to talk about all the other stuff, like previous runs. Well, let's see what we can do. Not going to make it. So, again, this is my 4th run. First run was doing the Lich Path, the Mythic Path. Second run was Azada and Gold Dragon. Third run was Demon, and then now, of course, doing Angel. So we're alternating evil, good, evil, good. Will I be playing all the Mythic Paths? Probably not. I don't have enough time in my life for that one, I don't think. Because it's not like you can complete these things on a weekend, so. Anyway, cast of characters. Gimpy, of course. Neutral good Dwarven Crusader. He is a Cleric of the Green Faith. He is Animal Domain, and he's got a pet bear. Actually, let's do this first. Weapon of choice are the greatswords. Currently using the Fatal Beacon, which is a holy greatsword. And doing fairly well with that. Kind of armor. Full plate of spell nullify. So we got spell resistance 23. So it's nice little armor, little set. Doesn't need it so much because he is riding Espresso, his pet bear. And Espresso is probably the best tank in the group. Yeah, there's no probably. He is 58 armor class. He's the best tank. So there's Espresso. And and we go Veronica. Veronica's the only mercenary in the group. She is a neutral good Dwarven blood kineticist. Her main role in the party is to basically try to one-shot stuff, or at least come close to it, because her blood blasts do quite a bit of damage, and that's her main role in the party. Now the rest of the group. Sela. Sela is our tank as a paladin. She is currently using Radiance. Radiance is a +4 Holy Avenger in her hands. As long as you have a good aligned mythic creature or a paladin, Radiance at this point in the game is a Holy Avenger, which works pretty well. And again, she is our main tank. Only armor class 44, nothing spectacular, but she gets the job done for the most part. Then we have Olbrig. Olbrig is the companion you get in the last Sarkorians DLC. He is a Givrenheart shifter, if you can't tell. His main role on the party is melee damage. He just basically flies in and claws stuff. Maybe bite him a little bit too, but it's mostly clawing. And then we also have Ushle. Ushle is a ascending succubus. She is basically an archer. Her main role in the party is to shoot stuff with her bow. That's pretty much it. Gave her a couple of levels of rogue, just to get her a little bit more damage and through sneak attacks and that kind of stuff. And it's working out. What bow is she currently using? The Evil Outsider Bane, so it does a little bit extra damage against demons and stuff. And since we're in Lucianera, which is Demon Town, probably a good weapon to stick around with. Anyways, that's a Lucianera. And also, this is the first time she has joined us for a majority of the run for this playthrough. In the past, she's only been part of the party for just her story stuff. But this time, she's around for quite a bit. And she's also Gimpy's love interest at this point. She also has a current pet, using the Triceratops statuette, who is Bismuth. Bismuth she just rides around on, so she doesn't have to walk so much. Get a little bit closer with that bow and that kind of stuff. Hey, Fanny, welcome back. Gimpy, the shortest Angel Crusader. Well, yes. Okay, and then we also have Darren. Darren's the same deal as Arushle. Never really had him part of the party before, but we figured include him in as well. His main role in the party as an oracle is to heal, buff, and also he's our only arcane damage dealer for the most part, because we don't have another one. And he's doing it through using items that are giving him access to certain fire spells and that kind of thing. And he's doing pretty well with that too. He also has a pet. He's a pet wolf, Bob. Bob's role in the party is to basically just damage stuff, try to trip things, that kind of thing, chew on them a little bit. Darren does not use him as a mount. He just says, go get him, Bob, and that's about it. Bob does his job well. Okay, I think that's it for the party. So, again, we're in Lucianera, and I think this was Monago's house? Yeah, we just killed Monago, I think. Finally, I hope she's really dead. She should be, I think. But anyway, let's go see what's outside. Okay, quest stuff. So, walking on corpses, art of making friends, conquest of Illusionera, experiencing the bliss, rupture, conversation with Grey Boar. We must go to the Nexus to find out what's happening. I guess we should go talk to Grey Boar. I didn't realize that was a thing already. Nearest place to go back is back there, right? The Rotten Guttery. No, sorry. Bad Luck Tavern. No, the Bad Luck Tavern is actually the closest. So, let's go this way. And you must remember that the walls and stuff change around as your camera angle changes. Here, pick that lock.
I have finished.
Stuff. Oh, it's right here. So we're going back into the tavern, so we can go back to the Nexus a little bit more quickly. Because there's a portal here. Oh, there, look, Nexus. That's our headquarters. That's where everybody's staying. Gravor's in here, right? There he is.
Keep your calm.
Gravor gives a sly smile as he lights his pipe. The excited glint in his eyes betrays his impatience to share some news with you. Finally, he can contain himself no longer. Interesting news has reached my ears, Gimpy. There has been talk among the more disreputable citizens of Illusionera that someone is hiring the most vicious thugs and cutthroats to kill a certain
Hello
Willitus.
everyone.
Just a second.
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. Also, please click the like buttons on his videos. You will feel better about yourself. That's it. Thanks.
Yep, thank you. And again, interesting news has reached my ears. There's been talk among the more disreputable citizens of Illusionera that someone is hiring the most vicious thugs and cutthroats to kill a certain Willitus. A familiar name, isn't it? I strongly suspect that this is the same Willitus who set me up during the assassination of Darazand. I'd call that a fortuitous coincidence. What do you have against Willitus? I can't wait to have a few words with that fellow. He contracted me to kill that Baylor Darazand and insisted that I use the magical dagger he gave me, which turned out to be a defective. My target escaped, and even though it had only postponed his death for a few days, it sullied my reputation. This means, of course, that Willitus will have to pay. I'm not sure how I will collect that payment in gold or his life. How do you obtain this information? Greybor sounds offended. I'm an assassin. If I didn't know how to obtain rumors, I'd be out of work. I visited a few taverns, including a place called Bad Luck. It's a real cesspool, and information flows into it from all over the city. I was approached by someone who was looking for thugs to hire. He was the one who told me everything. I would have found out more if I had talked to him longer, but after he called me a bloody larva, he needed a dentist, and I needed a new mug of beer. Who is this Willitus? He takes a slow, thoughtful draw from his pipe, then answers in a businesslike manner. Here's what I know about our prey. He is a demon, and a wizard powerful enough to enjoy high status in this city. Lately, he has surrounded himself with a small army of mercenaries, but they are mere thugs who lack the skills of professional bodyguards. Ever since Willitus found out about the bounty on his head, he hasn't left his mansion. I suspect it's full of traps. I wouldn't underestimate the danger of facing Willitus. They were looking for real daredevils to bring him down, which means this whole business is almost certainly risky, maybe even suicidal. Who wants him dead? He shrugs. An anonymous enemy who apparently has more brains than Willidus, and is smart enough to keep his name a secret from his employees. I bet it's one of the Deskarites. Darazan was one of Deskari's lackeys, after all, and even though internal strife never ends with that great snake pit, they always team up against external threats. And what do you suggest? I'd be damned if I let a bunch of incompetent thugs get to him before me. No, first I must have a little chat with Willidus, and then they can do whatever they want with him. How about we leave those hapless goons in the dust and visit Willidus's mansion first? Sounds like an exciting challenge, doesn't it? Do you want to kill him? Not necessarily. Perhaps I'd rather have the full weight of compensation in gold, and yet the longer my vengeance is delayed, the stronger my desire grows to collect the debt in another way. How do we find him? His mansion is in the upper city. It's called the House of Wicked Knowledge. I'm not sure how wicked his knowledge is exactly, when he is truly wicked when it comes to business agreements. But he's truly wicked when it comes to business agreements. Let's pay him a visit. Ta-da. I think that conversation will involve some good old-fashioned violence. But not right now. So, that.
There are many rooms to
Okay, back we go. Oh, actually. Let's play book. Should we rest? Nah, we got a long time before buffs already. Try a bow paladin, or the warrior of the light archetype in your new party. Oh, I have no idea. What are you trying to do? Okay, so Sila, Leo, and Leo. We need a talisman. Oh, really? I thought we had a talisman to go back there. Just explore new builds and archetypes. Oh no, that's okay. I honestly don't know which one you should do. Can you heal me? Apparently you can. Try this again. Okay, exploring. Sort of, kinda. So where do we get the key to this portal so we don't have to keep doing this? A familiar face. Did we talk to you already? This halfling with the horribly burned face and crimson whiteless eyes looks strangely familiar after a moment's recollection. Remember his features. This is the sobbing man who stumbled up into a nest of Vescovers and lost his sight as a result. Luckily for him, you arrived just in time to pull him out of that ditch, only for him to end up in an even more dangerous and sinister place. Who are you? Halfling scans you suspiciously with the terrifying red eyes. He speaks in a silken voice with his hand carefully hides under his while his hand carefully hides under his clothes, where undoubtedly a weapon is hidden. The name's Sam Crow, and just who are you? Don't you recognize me? I saved you from those Vescovers. Do you think your ranged party member is more of an asset than our 4th melee party member? The ranged party member allows you to get attacks in first. I mean, yeah, you can charge in with melee and stuff, but you can't always charge in because of terrain. So I think it's always good to have at least one ranged person in your party. simply because it allows you to get those. Unless, of course, you throw in fireballs and stuff, but, you know, that archer. 3 seconds, the halfling is silent, stunned, and then exclaims in excitement. From one eerie eye, a single bloody tear appears, out of sheer emotion, perhaps. I thought your voice was familiar, but for the life of me, I just couldn't remember where I heard it. So it was you. What a surprise. What a joy. I thought it was a goner, and then you grabbed me by my skivvies and snatched me out of the claws of death. I never had the chance to repay you. When I came to, I looked around, and there were Crusaders everywhere. My first thought was that they got me. They'd caught up to me, those pious dogs. I hadn't noticed that I was unbound and unguarded until later when I took off running. I wasn't right in the head, you see. I had a nasty fever, and I didn't even get the chance to meet my savior. But not this time. I'm not going anywhere. Here, take it. This is for old Sam Crow, the scoundrel who still lives and breathes instead of lying dead in that blasted canyon. Ashmaker. What's wrong with your eyes? I thought I healed you. He grunts grimly. The rescuers left some scrap behind, some kind of acidic slime, or maybe those wretches laid their eggs. I don't know. Whatever it was, on the 7th day, my left eye went dim, and on the 9th, some sort of shadow spawned in my right one. It kept wriggling in there. A healer in the battle bliss cut out my old eyes and sewed in these instead. Now I can see in pitch darkness and tell differences in temperature and do a bunch of other stuff. A master of his craft, that healer. Ruthless, though. How did you end up at the crevice? As soon as those Crusaders started mopping up their forces in Canabras, I knew it was time to split. Them Eagle Watch interrogators snooping around everywhere, asking questions. Just how did Baphomet cultists get into the city with such ease before the attack? You know, half our agents are scholars, not spies. Catch one and he'll rat out the rest. So I was out there in an instant and on my way back to my mates. I wish I couldn't have found a proper guide, though, so I wouldn't have fallen into the Vescover nest. Why were you scared of the Crusaders? As I was lugging it away from Canabras, I just couldn't shake the image of the gallows they'd hang me from for treason and all that. You wouldn't believe all the stunts I pulled off. I smuggled Lady Monago's letters into the city, hid cultists under the guise of merchants' guards in my own home, brought Faxon into the Tower of Estrad, did some research on the Blackwing Library for Lord Xanthir. Who showed the demons where the Crusaders' barracks were on the first night? Me. They were all cut down, unarmored, and half asleep. When the resistance gathered at the defender's heart, who was it that found and told the demons about it? Me again. The whole thing hinged on messengers and spies like me. That's why the Crusaders would have gladly hung me if they were caught. You scum. So many good folks die because of filth like you. She clenches her fists, her eyes turning with rage. Hey, has she lost it or something? Get this lunatic away from me. She'll hurt me. Why work for the demons? All for wizardly knowledge. I've always been curious to a fault, especially when it comes to magic. Once I was allowed wizard books, there was no stopping me. So I met a guy who let me read a whole bunch of banned books. It wasn't until later I found out that he was an apprentice of Xanthir the Plagued One himself. Now, that one knows a lot, so I asked to be a Plagued One's apprentice too. That's how I chose my side. What are you doing in the abyss? He gives you a sly smile and looks rather creepy with his red eyes. Same thing you are, hiding. You're one of us Baphomet agents too, right? Why else would you hole up in this dump with me instead of fighting over on Galarian? I have a keen eye, and I can spot a fellow cultist a mile away. He grins smugly and clearly proud of his own insight. Sorry, I had to sneeze. You thought you'd be safe in the abyss. You were wrong. Should we kill him? We've never killed him before. Should have killed the little punk. We'll kill him. Guys, so you're an Eagle Watch hound? Did that bitch Urbeth send you after me? Help. Crusader bounty hunters are crawling all over the abyss now.
I will resist.
I think we won. wonder he died so fast. You're not writing the right stuff here.
You call?
Hand shot first. Remember that. Okay, bad booze and bargain. What brings you here? Show me your stuff. He doesn't offer credit. Neither do we. So, guess we can get rid of those. I don't need those either. Or those. Right? Oh, those are protection 2s. We can get rid of them. Heavy crossbow +3. Where did we get all this stuff? When did we get all this stuff? Oh, that new weapon he gave us too. Which one was that? Newest to oldest. Ashmaker. Oh, it's a quarterstaff. Flaming Burst. Flaming enhancement +4 monk weapon. +2 bonus on attack rolls and the caster level for all evocation school spells. Side +3. Don't need that one. A little bit of money. Okay, so here we are looking for not the hand-drain crystal. Where's the key for that stupid portal? Where is this key? I thought he sold the key. Breakers, a train, tower shields, and blah blah blah. So no? Huh. Yeah, I thought the key was sold here. I guess not. Latest rumors. No problem, have a drink. Pay 500 gold in a drink. Reserves your face with obvious interest. Liquor stings and fills your mouth with the foul taste of salt and rotten fish. What do you want to know? Tell me about this quarter. Tell me about the other quarters in the city. Are there many folks? Have you noticed any deal well with this? Tell me about Lucianera. Stuff. So much stuff to read. About this quarter. It's a cesspit. Blah stuff. Tell me more about the quarters of the city. Stuff. Are there many folks from Galarian here? Here's someone named Willidus. Blah blah blah. He rubbed his locust the wrong way, and now he's holed up in his palace, which he's turned into a fortress. Okay. Ah, there we go. Gold coin. Okay, so.
Cavalry holding.
Oh. What? No. Wrong. What are you doing to me? Veronica's doing stuff over my other computer. You're not supposed to be doing that. Okay, so we got a key to this gateway now, so we can come back here when we need to. So outside or more outside. Oh, actually, no, we don't want to go that way. It's the stairs up. I think we want to go. It's the way out? It is. Okay. So now, again, we're just wandering around just collecting information at this point still. Bannerlord beta version got a pretty big update. Did it? I haven't been following it too closely lately. Hey, Zako, welcome back. Hey, Skybird, welcome back. Oh, okay. No rush. I'm not real big on following betas on a released game. You know, just wait until it goes. If they need testers, they can hire testers. I'm not going to do it for them. Been doing that enough in my lifetime, playing video games. They can pay people to do that these days instead of trying to, but they know they can get it done for free. So you can actually destroy kingdoms instead of them just lingering forever with no land.
Keep your calm.
They get it working, that'd be nice. Oh, that's right, we want to. No, wasn't there a portal around here? Yes. To them. So Battleless Arena. Look, we're here. Handsome young man with tousled black hair strolls casually toward the demon surgeon. Oh, master of stitches, artist of the scalpel, and genius of the surgical profession, tell me, is your heart free? Young man has a glove puppet on his hand, a dragon made of rags with buttons for eyes. He raises it up and begins to ventriloquize loudly. His voice is surprisingly deep. Also, do you have an hour of free time tonight? How about a romantic dinner? Hey, be careful, he'll dissect you in a heartbeat. You won't have any organs left by the time he's done with you. Watch in silence. The arena healer. No, I would not say that my heart is free. Right now it contains 3 copper rods, 200 grams of enchanted quicksilver, and a fair dose of lamia liver extract. He pauses and gives the young man an appraising glance. But I would give you an hour or 2 of my time for something other than dinner. Has anyone told you that you have beautiful, smooth skin? I happen to be in need of some. The young man deftly steps aside to avoid the demon's outstretched claws. He jots something down
Hello,
in
everyone.
his notebook.
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. Also, please click the like buttons on his videos. You will feel better about yourself. That's it. Thanks.
Yep, thank you, and happy Wednesday. So, a demon in a blood-spattered apron fussily shoves a few foul-looking chunks of flesh into his apron pockets. His fingers are fitted with horrible steel claws, and you hear the unpleasant sound of metal on metal as he slides them against one another like scissors. He looks up in your direction with an insane grin, and his voice makes your skin crawl. Are you one of the gladiators? Do you need a healer? Or are you here because you want to become more powerful? The demon glances briefly at Rushleg. I remember you. You used to fight here, always demanded that I restore your skin to its original smooth, unblemished state. And you always tried to get a discount or ran away without paying. Well, it looks to me like you have an entirely new face. It's an almost perfect replica of your old one, but something has changed, something imperceptible. Who performed such subtle artistry on you? How much did you pay? Ursula glances at you with an enigmatic smile. I really have changed, Stitcher. You cannot begin to fathom the price I had to pay for the transformation, but it happened without the help of a scalpel. Can you make me stronger? He looks at you eagerly. You hear the shrill screech of metal against metal as he rubs his steel claws together excitedly. For 30,000 gold, I'll stitch you up into something better. Much, much better. She gives you a worried glance. Please don't do that. By joining your flesh with the flesh of the creature from the abyss, you allow its corruption to taint you. I've seen them graft the body parts of demons onto mortals just for fun. The mortals could not withstand this wicked corruption, and their souls became evil. Nah. A shame. You could have been made a magnificent... Never mind, though. Who are you? I am the most important person in the battle list. I am a healer, or as they call me, a stitcher. They drag those poor bleeding fools from the arena so I can stitch them back together piece by piece. And I do mean that quite literally, since most of them are in pieces by the time they get to me. At first I simply reattach the severed limbs and of wounded fighters. Now, however, my methods are far more interesting. Someone from Nocticula's inner circle taught me the secret of grafting flesh. By combining the flesh of different gladiators, I create the strongest, craftiest, most talented fighters. Oh yes, in these chambers, invincible gladiators are born. I am so close to achieving perfection. Soon my methods will produce better results than the hindering crystals. Does that count as assault? Sure. I do believe I may have a new theory about the origins of mongrels. The hindering crystals. The hindering crystals are something of a legend here in Lucianera. Almost no one knows what they actually are or how they get their hands on them. It all started with a few demons here in the city. These demons suddenly became very powerful in a very short period of time. Their transformation happened almost overnight. According to the rumors, these demons received their incredible powers from the hindering crystals. Now all of Lucianera is crazy for these crystals. They're all anyone talks about these days. And for the merchants, and all the merchants know that if you call your goods a hindering, you can easily double the initial price of your wares. You're not a healer, you're a butcher. I have to go. He turns his attention back to his work. He takes a severed limb from the pocket of his apron and begins to examine it carefully. Stuff. So yeah, you can talk to him, get a buff and stuff, but... Zeklex. A stern but tired-looking tiefling observes you politely. His clothes look expensive but tasteful. He's carrying a large bag, and every once in a while it moves and twitches as if something is inside. Welcome to the Battleless Arena. My name is Zeklex. I'm the arena steward. Irma is the master of the arena, but I help him manage its affairs. You look like you're new here. Did you come to spectate the fights or participate in them? The tiefling has a surprisingly open and honest face. After all these demons, he looks strangely normal. I read these really fictional names pretty good. I do. The tiefling looks up at you and down. It looks you up and down with the calm professionalism of a person doing an unpleasant job of diligence. During fights in the battle list, prayers and curses are uttered in equal measure, both on the battlefield itself and in the stands. Perhaps you'll be the one who shifts the balance toward prayer. Irma. I remember a demon called Irma. He is a vile, cunning murderer. He had a way with words that was just as deadly as a skill in battle. There's a rustling sound from within the tiefling's bag, and an imp peeks his head out to look at you. He has large drooping ears and stares at you with huge unblinking eyes. Then, as if suddenly shy, he starts back into the bag and vanishes from sight. English is your second language, so you have some problems. Oh, trust me, a lot of these names aren't English. So... trust me, a lot of these names are not English names. So, they are very much made up. I want all of Lucianera to know my name. I want you to arrange a match for me against your strongest gladiator. I'd like to talk to Irma. I'd like to know more about you. I'd like to know more about the battle list. I'd like to talk to Irma. The imp pokes his head out of his bag in surprise. You seem to have aroused his curiosity. His sad, drooping ears perk up with excitement, and he stares at you with big, round eyes. But then John makes it maybe. And to be fair, too, this isn't my first time through here, through these runs. So I've heard some of these names spoken in the game, and that helps a lot. because I have a better idea how they're supposed to be pronounced. Because the first time through, it was really bad. Like the first city, Canabras. I think I called it Canabras or something like that. I didn't pronounce the way they were pronouncing it actually in the game until I heard it pronounced in the game, and even then it took me a while to catch on to it. And Alushanira, I just used to not. I just totally ignored that name at all because it was just it does not look right. And Irma, this demon's name, Irman Galeth. I just call him Irma because it's easier. Because that name is way too long, and you know, usually when it's long names like this, I just cut it down to a couple of syllables because it's easier to do. You know, so no, trust me, it's not really that much easier in English. It really isn't. So, you wish to speak to Irma. I'm afraid that's impossible. Irma never communicates with anyone except his most trusted aide. And Gelderfang is under strict orders to kill anyone who tries to talk to his master without permission. Irma believes that minimizing his contact with the outside world will make the audience in the arena want him even more. I'd like to know more about you. Tiefling smiles wryly and dresses the imp in his bag. You see, Crow? This is why we work so hard to climb the ranks. We wanted to be important, and now look, this stranger wants to know all about us. I guess that means we're finally a big deal. Who are you? He's the arena steward. Blah blah, stuff, so much reading. Even more reading. Crow has been a companion for a long time. You know Boo, though. What's your role here? He arranges things. So he talks a lot, too. You don't look like you belong in the Abyss. The imp peeks out of the bag, and Tiefling grins as he pats his companion's tiny little head. That's because I like to stay organized. When I was growing up, I made mental lists of all my possessions, my money, my enemies, my allies, my schedule, and my goals. I was weaker than everyone else, and these mental calculations helped me to survive. Stuff. Who's that imp? He smiles a little as the little creature peeks out. This is Crow. He's my business partner. He also happens to be my familiar. I have no idea how he wound up in the Abyss, but he's not had an easy time of it either. If our paths hadn't crossed, we'd both be dead by now. He's probably the only one I truly trust. Learn to take a compliment? No. I don't do compliments. It fidgets beneath your gaze and finally darts back down into the bag to hide. Knowledge Arcane. It is odd to see an imp, an infernal creature, here in the Abyss. The fundamentally chaotic energy of this place must be repugnant to a creature born on the plane of order and evil. What? Fundamental chaotic energy of this place must be repugnant to a creature born on the plane of order and evil. Oh, because he's not from... whatever, he's a devil of some kind, I guess. The imp is an infernal creature. How does he manage to survive here in the Abyss? Okay, there we go. Zeklex looks at you and with respect. It's nice to meet a person who knows the difference between an imp and a quasit. Yes, Crow is a devil, though a lesser one. I have no idea how he ended up here, but at the time we met, he was extremely unwell. Staying in the Abyss is not much easier for him than staying underwater would be for a mortal. So that's how I spent the first real money I managed to earn here. On this fine, stolen-to-order bag. It had magic symbols sewn inside of it that make its interior bearable for Crow. No more questions. More about the battle list. Stuff. It's a fighting ring. Learning more about what happens in the arena. People die. Who runs this place? Irma does, but he manages it. Who's the strongest fighter? Gelderfang is. What is the Handrian Lake? They're the biggest of the weenies. Heard of the Handrian crystals? Do you get them if you're a member of the League? They'd like you to believe that, but no. The members of the Handrian League are no different than the Handrian booze vendor in the tavern, or the Handrian whip supplier at the flesh markets. None of them actually have access to the crystals. Stuff. I understand. I want to fight in there. Demons and devils have been at war since forever. This world is probably similar. They actually don't make any real reference between the demons and the devils fighting. In this particular game, it's all about the world moon where the demons are invading the prime material plane. Devils aren't really mentioned a whole lot, despite the fact there is a devil mythic class that you can be. And how that plays out, I have no idea. Okay, the Thiefin falls silent. He looks as though he is calculating something in his head. Finally, he responds. If that is truly your goal, you'll have to defeat the current champion. If you kill Gelderfang, your name will be on everyone's lips, but you'll have to prove yourself if you want to face the champion. Fight with Gelderfang is a big deal here in Lucianera, and only members of the Hindrian League, the elite gladiators of the battle list, are considered worthy opponents. Killing others just to entertain spectators, these creatures are the abyss, so death and destruction in such a careless, casual manner. Seela grimaces. I know that our mission is important, and I know we can't allow ourselves to get distracted by feelings and emotions, but smashing skulls and eviscerating bodies just to entertain these two creatures? Iomade, it makes me sick just to think about it. You'll get over it, Seela. But it is extremely difficult to join the League. You have to slay an active member and take their place. So if you wish to fight the champion, you will have to spend a lot of time in the arena. However, if you would like, I can arrange a fight between you and another newcomer. If you can prove yourself in battle, I will be able to find you a match against a more reputable opponent. Okay, hundreds of demons. I've killed hundreds of demons. Why should I have to prove myself to anyone? He shrugs. I'm sure you fought countless enemies back on Galarian, but this is the Abyss. No one cares. If you want the audience to respect you, you have to prove yourself in the arena. They won't take you seriously unless you show them what you can do. Very well, prove myself. Blah, blah, blah. I'm ready. More blah, blah, blah. However, if you do become a candidate for membership, be careful. You're likely to be matched up against a very dangerous opponent. Yeah. Who is my opponent? Some nameless newcomer. Be a fight to the death. Of course it is. Let's go. Wish you luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet kiss. Better still, slay all of your opponents and return alive and victorious. With all your body parts, preferably. The fighter is a nobody from nowhere, but if he survives, you'll all worship the ground he walks on, says Irma. That's Irma up there on the right. Today we have the dubious honor of welcoming to the arena Gimpy the Crusader of Galarian. Let's see what the moniker he earns for himself, if he lives that long. And who will stand against him? Well, they may be small, but they are far from harmless. If you underestimate them, they'll bite your family jewels off. An outsized amount of spite wrapped up in a tiny, ugly package. It's Smugmug's wild gang of mephits. I'll bite your nose off, you Galarian scum. I am the wild and terrible Smugmug. Tremble before me. Can't even see you. We also know which one of these two titans will emerge victorious. Fighters, commence battle. Some may be well armed because of the stitches. Maybe. How? Smugmug and his little friends, the mephits.
The waiting's never fun.
Let's see. Firestorm. Think Firestorm will affect these things? Probably won't, but we'll see. Nope.
Please.
Oh, because they're not hostile yet. Now they are. Hey, Jeff, welcome back. How do they get back to your house to take your family jewels? Because while you're not there, they're probably sending in some... This is just a distraction. Ah, can't do a death from above. See, as we kill them, they're all running back to our house to steal our jewels. Ah, too far.
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
I mean, right now they've got, what, 3 guys running back to our house. What are you gonna do? Here's a method to their madness, yes. A method to their madness.
Out of my sight.
Too far for Sela. Bob. Bob can charge. These guys are really wimpy.
Prepare yourself.
Patrick. Or madness to their method. Hey, despair to welcome back. Probably. We won. Hey, who knows? Maybe someday he'll get a chance to fight against a member of the Nahedrian League once they start accepting methods into their ranks. Oh, he's making fun of me now? I missed the part. Okay. We have a winner. All hail our glorious fighter. He emerged triumphant in the dangerous violent conflict. He decorated the arena with methods. Give it up for Gimpy the Crusader, the Method Slayer. Hey, Gimpy the Crusader, the Method Slayer kind of rhymes.
I will guard.
Gimpy the Crusader, the Method Slayer.
I need to concentrate.
It's Angelic Halo. Oh, I guess we don't have to turn that off. I thought we were going to have to turn that thing off everywhere we go. Because it does all kinds of fun stuff. How can we just, I don't like being called the Method Slayer. I want to change my title. There's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. The crowd loves it, and that is all that matters to Irma. You'll remain the Method Slayer for as long as the audience finds it amusing. Is this your kind of a joke? Or are you trying to humiliate me? Why did you put me up against such a ridiculous opponent? Conversation is interrupted by an eccentric-looking demon with the suspiciously bright eyes. Judging from the slur of his words, he is under the influence of some kind of mind-altering substance. Ha! Look at that. That's the Method Slayer. Train hard, boy, and maybe someday you'll be strong enough to fight a real Dretch. Zeklex frowns in irritation. With astonishing speed, he produces a dagger from his sleeve and cuts the demon's throat in one swift, clean movement. The insolent demon gurgles, staring at the tiefling in surprise. He slowly sinks to the floor beneath the contemptuous gaze of his killer. Tiefling cleans his blade with what is quite possibly
everyone.
the only handkerchief
My name is
in the
Veronica
abyss.
and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. Also, please click the like buttons on his videos. You will feel better about yourself. That's it. Thanks.
Yep, thank you, and happy Wednesday. Okay, his face is pale and he looks slightly sick as he glances at the corpse. What a brute, he mutters quietly to himself, then returns to you. Please, listen to me before you draw your weapon. This was an outrage, yes, but it wasn't my idea. This was done on Irma's orders. Irma's orders. He came up with this brilliant idea to match you up against a method. He thought the crowds would find it funny. I couldn't stop him, but I assure you, this will never happen again. Quick as a flash, Zeklex produces a gold coin from his bag and places it in your hand. Here, this is for you. From now on, you can freely use the transportation arch that is located near the battle bliss. This is one of the privileges afforded to the arena's gladiators. I demand a proper fight. He closes the bag hastily to prevent the imp's agitated efforts to escape. And I promise that I will arrange a proper fight for you, but first I need you to do me a favor. I'll arrange a match for you against the Flair twins. However, they were supposed to fight someone else, so I'll have to find them a replacement. Unfortunately, we don't have enough decent fighters left in the arena. I'd be very grateful if you could procure a new batch of gladiators for me. I will cover the cost, of course. So I need to buy these gladiators at the flesh market. Is there anything else I should know? I will not become a slave trader. He frowns and exchanges glances with the imp as it peeks out the bag. Why not? Does it violate your principles? This is the Abyss. Scruples won't get do you any good here. In fact, I advise you to keep your morals on a tight leash if you want to survive. But fine, Lamashtu, take them. I'll try to make sure your fight with the Flair twins takes place as soon as possible. Right into the arena, blah blah blah. As you wish, it will be a difficult fight. This opponent is more dangerous than the last one you faced, so make sure you are fully prepared before you enter the arena. However, if you win this fight, you'll soon be one step closer to blah blah blah. Who's my opponent? The Flair twins. Dangerous duo with an impressive number of victories. They have a reputation in the arena, so defeating them will bring you honor and prestige. However, you should remember that their stage names were given to them for a reason. I'm ready. I wish you good luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet kiss. Better still, slay all your opponents and return life and victorious. What if I don't want to? So who will he fight today? I'll give you a hint. They'll get under your skin. Look, Skybird is our announcer. Oh yes, one day they decided to get under your gladiator's skin, so they killed one, flayed him, and wore his skin as a suit. Meet the duo who makes all twins terrifying. Today they are going to dress themselves in the height of Calarian fashion, the Flair twins. Is that suitable clothing? Probably a little hard to get repaired, but... Ha, I'll make you a pair of shoes out of you soft and spineless outsider. Yeah, at least they're not mind flayers. Let's see which contestants survive and which ones decorate the arena with their dead bodies. Fighters, commence battle. So, who wants to die first? See if Veronica can blast him. She's using Blood Blast. Racking, Spindle.
We won't falter!
That's right, this is the one where they cheat. If this was a fair fight, it would have been boring, but Irma will never allow boredom in his arena. It's Albrecht. That's right, you've got your little... Forgot that we picked that up lately, didn't we? Hey, stop that. Still no death from above. What is this BS?
Guide my hand!
Nice miss. Okay, where's Gimpy hiding? This Halo is on, so if they get close, they're going to take damage, right? Okay, Darren. Come down here too. Sila. Bob. Okay, Albert. Bring some death from above, please. Let's just reduce stuff. Oh, that's the cold damage. Because they get cold resistance 15, because why not? Got me under your skin. Okay, a room. Let's quarry this guy. Ranger's Bond? Close enough. So they're making their saves. We made our save. You can do magic. Oh, wait a minute. Archon's aura. But Gimpy's halo is supposed to be doing stuff too. There we go, gotta turn it on. So it does damage to demons. So. Let's see. Bolt of Justice, we have 3 of those. Didn't kill him, but it knocked him over at least. Wow, 113 points and he's still only injured. How many points do these guys have? 290. See? Cheaters.
So it comes to this.
Last one fire. There we go. Good job, Darren.
Strike with all your might.
It's kind of not the right way to go, but whatever.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Get him, Bob.
Hello Gimpy, it is time to take a break. Go check on the dogs. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Good swings. Good rolls. After this fight.
After this fight? Then what? Complain that you were robbed of a victory that was not going to happen?
Yep. That's what I do.
Make your peace.
Damn misses. Get him, demon. Shadow demon, our friend.
You've made your choice.
We talked about this. She's still learning, Jeff.
I will see to your demise.
We can do it.
I'm using the wrong thing there now.
The light take you.
Good swings. Oh, Bob. And kill the one that's almost dead. There we go. You ruined my clothes. The suit used to be the skin of a respectable demon. Sister, in your memory, I will wear your face as a mask. He said, yeah, we're not over yet. This fight's not over yet. He's upset at Ulrich.
I will resist.
Bunch of misses. Oh, the shadow demons take damage from Gimpy's halo. Oops.
Please stop saying oops. You are making me look bad.
Yeah, we're good. One miss, 2 hits, we'll take it. Okay, Veronica.
Forwards.
No glory without risk. Ah!
Get a Bob. So one lucky hit there. And this little drone thing. I guess we should quarry him. We quarried the other one, but not him. Hit a monster over the head with a monstrel. Is it Bardley unit? Is it Bardley injured? I think that's supposed to be minstrel, wasn't it? Typo. Typos are the banes of your jokes. Lucky died. Oh yeah, Bismuth is, or sorry, not Bismuth. Espresso lost. It's mine. Mine. Oh look, stuff. Okay, stuff we just got. So, toxic wrap. Immunity to acid. It also makes enemies sicken for 1 to 3 rounds upon landing a sneak attack, unless they pass a fortitude saving throw. All-around defense. One of the words rings with 10 feet of the companion who wears the same ring. They both gain the effects of back-to-back feet. If they both already had the back-to-back feet, they gain a bonus of additional +2. Okay, so gold coins. The bad secretary's blood group type O. God. So she's in a cloak of disguise, so bonus to her stuff. It's only a +1 resistance cloak. Sicken for 1 to 3 rounds upon landing the sneak attack unless they pass a fortitude saving throw, DC 26. Let's try that one out for a little bit. Now, armor of vigilance sprouts. +4 pattern is hit by a sneak attack or an attack of opportunity. The attacker must pass a reflex saving throw or become entangled for 3 rounds. She's currently using the chain rule of camaraderie, which is the flanking one, so we don't want to get rid of that. Okay, well, let's get out of here. I need to take a break. And gonna get up, stretch some legs, get some water, that kind of thing. Be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. Enjoy the dog video.